Magic Makers. I'm Mom Virella.
And I'm CJ Peterson. Welcome to Magic Making Mischief. Today we have Renegade Misfit Cosplay. But before we get your wands to the ready because we solemnly swear we're up to no good. And speaking of up to no good, this weekend we have Fan Expo Dallas.
Yay!
Saturday, my super hubby and I will be there. I will be on Saturday. I will be, if you guys saw the pictures before, I will be Rockabilly Merida because it's usually hot at Fan Expo Dallas. So keep that thought in mind. And then on Sunday, I will be Silver Mist. So I will have long black hair and fairy wings and blue dress. So keep an eye out for that. I will take pictures before we go so you can know what I look like while I'm there. So keep an eye out for me. And I will also have my tags. And I know those who have me can find me. Because if you haven't gotten a tag from me yet, you can. And if you have one of the old ones, come find me and change them out. Because some of those are falling apart. There's a reason for that. But if you've gotten, I know some of them haven't gotten Mombies yet. Some have.
Mine's the next one.
Yes. Some have gotten Yakitas. If you've gotten Mombies, Yakitas, and mine, come find me anyway because I will have the other ones and you get a special surprise that are limited. Yes. Come find me.
It's like Pokemon. You got to catch them all.
You do. And the special surprises are fully limited. Jeremy says, hello, everyone.
Hey.
And hello, them geeks. Hey, there you go. There's Yakita. She says, what a fancy wand. Likes your wand. Yes. Now, our fancy wand by Jeremy Vanders.
So pretty.
Speaking of super hubby, he says, hello, ladies.
Hey.
Hubby. So, Ren, welcome. Renegade Misfit Cosplay. Now, Mombi, would you like to introduce her and where you found her? Oh, hold on.
Yes.
Hold on a second before we do so. Marissa says, hi, Umbrella and CJ Peterson. Hi, Marissa. And the Blind SOB says, hey, hey, the Blind SOB is back. Back, sir. The last few times.
So I am happy to be back myself too because I was not here last week and that was an awesome guest. I'm sad to have missed the voice actress from Peppermint Patty and she could sing. Who knew that? That was a surprise. That was interesting. But I did not have a voice last week. I thought it was a cold and my whole voice went away. My throat was killing me. It ended up being Omicron, which is basically COVID that leads into laryngitis. My brain's blank. So that was not fun for the last couple of weeks, but I'm glad to be back and on there. Now, I met Ren at Anime Houston last year, and she actually won and took home first place for her Ari cosplay. Yeah. With all the tails. It was gorgeous. What a gorgeous cosplay.
It was an absolute beast to make, but like I'm so happy that I actually got her done. And you actually my mom there too, funny enough. That was my mom's first ever con. And so if you guys are going to be at Delta H, my mom's also coming with me to Delta H too. So I know that she'll be just like,
so are you doing mom and daughter cosplay?
It didn't originally start out like that. It's still mainly me because my family lives on the East Coast. But as I've gotten more involved in cosplay, like my mom's the one who taught me how to sew and I put it towards cosplay. And so now she's kind of like, you know what? Like, I kind of want to do this with you too. And I was like, and so now she's like, yeah, I want to cosplay. I want to do this. I want the makeup. I want to wear a wig. Like, I want a pretty dress. And I'm like, okay, well, we'll work it out. So she's going to do Sophie from Howl's Moving Castle. She's going to do Old Toph. And I'm going to do Cora. And then she's going to do Fern and I'm going to be Freerin. So we got the whole thing set up and she's really excited for it. So
very cool. That's awesome. I love it. My mom was a seamstress, and I learned sewing from her, but she was like such a good seamstress that mostly it was kind of one of those, well, let me show you how to do it, but then like not let you do it because I don't want you to break my machine things. So I was self-taught later, but she was an inspiration for sure. So that's awesome. I can relate to that. It's awesome.
She started making my costumes when I was like little, and then taught me how to like actually use the sewing machine. And then now I'm just kind of like, hey mom, look what I made. And she's like, where did you learn to do that? I'm like,
Ha!
you?
Nice.
Art of the Ride says, so glad you're feeling better, Mombi. Trevor wanted to know, how long did it take you to make that dress behind you?
Oh my God.
Oh, the dress behind me. A shocking 300 hours.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Wow.
she is absolutely a labor of love. I'm sorry if you can hear the cat. She wants to be part of the podcast too. Yes, we tried to put you in a cosplay and you did not tolerate it.
There
I
should be
tried.
more pet cosplay competitions.
I actually 3D printed her some samurai armor at one point, some kitty samurai armor. It was so cute. I wanted her to wear it so badly. She did not. She was like,
There's
I'm not
nothing.
wearing this.
You had nothing to do.
That's
But
adorable.
the dress behind me, yeah, that was 300 hours. It was a beast of a cosplay to make, but I love her so much. She's one of my favorite that I've made.
Wow. It's amazing.
Tell your cat I say this was minutes.
That's I can't even pronounce that. I'm glad you read that because I couldn't read that.
Yeah, here, Chloe, say hi. Say hi, Chloe. You want to be on the podcast? See?
Oh, Chloe,
now you're quiet. Now you're quiet because you're in the spotlight.
Like not my
cat scratch fever.
She would honestly love cons. She is such a people cat. Like she's always around people. It's like my other one is like in the corner, just kind of like I hear other voices coming through the headphones. I'm staying over there. Meanwhile, this one is just like gotta be everywhere.
People. Awesome.
Okay. So when did you when did you start cosplaying? Tell us about what inspired you to start this.
So I've been doing this for like at least 15 years. I've been cosplaying, I would say. It started out as like, a lot of bot cosplays, like when I was younger, or like anything that my mom would essentially make me. And then as I got big girl money, I guess you could say, as I was able to fund my own cosplays, I started to get a little bit more adventurous with the stuff that I was making. And since then, I've always had like a little bit of spitefulness to me. Like if somebody says I can't do something, I'm just like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna do it now because you said I can't do it. Like not I shouldn't do it. They're telling me I can't do it. So I'm like, now I'm going to do it. And then that's where it just escalated from there. Someone said, I don't know if you can do a full-on tail rig with 9 tails. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
Speaking of, I believe that's one of the pictures that we happen to have.
Those tails were amazing. Amazing.
Find that one. I think it's
there's one. Yes, look at this. Okay, for those who are listening, not watching, like the tails are splayed out behind her in such a beautiful, perfect fashion. Yeah, y'all need to come to her Instagram and come see these pictures because it is awesome.
And
it's a 8-foot wingspan, actually. It's 8 feet across.
Dang.
How heavy is that?
Surprisingly, not as heavy as you'd think. It has less than a pound of like the polyfiber, like fluff in it, like total for all of the tails. And it's just a plastic back rig with CPVC pipes, and it's built around a corset so that way I have support on my back and my ribs.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, so actually, besides it being a little bit on the tight side, it's not bad at all. I still have pretty decent movements when I wear it. So
I wanted to know if you're going to Tokyo X. That's in June.
I am actually. I'm going to be competing at Tokyo X. I'm good friends with Peachy Pie. I love her to death. She's the sweetest person ever. And she was like, "You should compete. You should compete." And I was like, I don't know. She was like, "It's for me." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, for you. Of course, for you, I'll do anything." So I'm bringing Freer into that one. So yeah, we'll see how that
No.
goes. I'm just excited to try the food stalls because I like any and all foods. I'm a huge foodie.
That's why we used to love to go to Disney World is we're foodies, and so getting a chance to like eat around the world and all that. Now we go to Universal, so we're all hyped for Epic Universe food.
You just said say hi to Princess Tian for her.
I
Very cool. So you said 15 years ago, but you don't look all that old. So how old were you 15 years ago?
will. I was 15.
No.
Yeah. It catches a lot of people off guards. I'm 31.
She does not look that old.
I definitely have caught quite a few people off guard because I feel like a lot of the younger cosplayers will think that I'm like 20, like 9, like I've gotten like 19 before, and I was like,
mid-20s is where I would have put you because I'm like doing the math, and I'm just like, what was she, 6?
Well, and
Like,
it's the first time I've seen you out of cosplay. So like when
Yeah.
you're in cosplay, it's always hard to tell how old somebody is, especially too. You never
yeah.
know.
Oh yeah, with all those layers of makeup and like face paint and everything on, it's like you
well, even now,
you never know.
like right now, you don't look that old. Like, what was she, 6?
I was 6 and using the sewing machine. Oh my gosh. I'm fairly certain if I was
Wish I
6
didn't
and
say that
using the good genetics, I'll tell my mom that.
There we go.
Tell my mom that. She'll love to hear that.
Nice.
But
Okay.
it's funny because a lot of the younger cosplayers will be under the impression like, oh, like she's younger, she's our age. You want to go out to the bar afterwards? And I'm like, no, honey, I want to eat dinner. I want to put on a face mask, and I'm in bed by 10:30. It doesn't matter. I'm always in bed by 10:30. Like, call me a party pooper, but like, Mama needs her sleep.
Yeah, that.
Super wants to know how long does it take to do the face paint?
Oh, depends on the face paints, and it depends if the cat gets in the way. Um, it's most of the face paint stuff that I do is like pretty simple, like Ari's whiskers, which takes like not a lot of time. But when it comes to like the actual cover up, like I don't think people realize how much cover up and foundation I'm actually wearing. So when you like take a makeup wipe and like go down my face, you can see like a clear line of demarcation, like where the makeup was. And people are just like, oh, I didn't realize you wear that much. And I'm like, yes, I'm transforming myself into an anime character. Anime characters do not have my facial features. You just gotta like
They're all like 14, okay? They're all like 14.
They all look like they're 14. So
They're like the ageless vampire community of the world. They all look 14 and they're never going to look older. So
it's just the same face, but they just say like, ah, yes, she's 56. And it's just kind of like, is she though?
it's like the American Girl dolls. It's all the same mold, no matter what doll it is. Same shape face.
Just different hair. They just like click and drag different hair, different eye color. All right, cool. We're naming this one Becca. There we go.
It's all good.
Oh.
It's a 37-hour nighttime routine that keeps her glowing.
Here you go.
Thanks, babe.
I had one who was like Lady Loki, and she had like the wings and the feathers, and all she had were the straps.
Oh wow.
Holding them up. And so like all of her weight were on her shoulders. That's why I was asking how heavy it was. It dug into her shoulders to wear the wings.
Oh, I think I made like a waist brace or something for that. That's a lot. Ow.
Yeah, that's how heavy those were. Because sometimes some of the cosplay things can be very, very heavy.
Yeah.
It's even with like Saber behind me, like granted, there's nothing actually like weighing on my shoulders, and the armor itself is made out of EVA foam, so it's light. It still gets really hot, And after a while, you don't realize that you're not used to carrying that extra weight. So you get back to the hotel room and you take off the bracers and you're like, oh, I can breathe again. Oh my God, I feel so light.
The longer you wear it. Yeah, that makes sense. So you've got a lot of intricate cosplays. What has been some of your hardest ones to make, the most challenging?
Ooh, okay. Hardest, most challenging.
Here, let's look at some of them. Let's look at some of them.
We'll say, I mean, all of them are pretty challenging in their own way. I'll say that Saber definitely pushed my boundaries because the glowing swords, as you can see right there, figuring out how to actually like get the PLA to print in a manner that would allow me to have LEDs go into it. That was my first LED prop that I've ever made. So that was hard enough as is. And learning how to make the armor. Ari was learning structure. Learning structure is very difficult because her dress is actually mostly EVA foam.
Really?
Yeah, it's mostly EVA foam just because to get the flare that I wanted, I couldn't get a kind of interfacing that would give me the ability that I really needed. So it's almost all EVA foam.
You know, I made a fairy cosplay for Rosetta, and I wanted the rose petals to bloom on her skirt the way they do in the cartoon. And so I put wires and all this stuff. And I'm thinking now maybe I need to remake it and make it with something like that. The only problem is I'd be worried I can't sit down in it.
You know, surprisingly, so Ari, I was able to sit down.
Oh, there's a really good one of Ari right there.
Yeah, there's my tails all splayed out, my little fan. Immediately after that photo was taken, staff came up to me and they said, "Ma'am, please don't block the hallway." And I was like, "I'm so sorry. I'm very sorry."
Like, you can control the size of, yeah.
I was like, I wish I had them like opposable so I can like whoop whoop and like
where's that? To me, this one would be hot. Is I'll get it.
I think I have seen you in this one somewhere because this looks so familiar, and I never even thought, like, ones like this, I never even think, oh, could this be someone I know, unless they go out of their way to say, hey, it's such and such. Did you wear this one to Anime Houston one time? Or something?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I did wear that to Anime Houston.
Okay, I did see you then. That was the one. I have you in one of my other videos then from that one. That's funny.
Excalibur. He's actually a fan favorite. I didn't expect to get the reaction I did when I first made him or like wore him, and people were like, Excalibur, Excalibur. And so now I like whenever I need a, I guess, comfy cosplay, something that's not too difficult to get into, I bring Excalibur and people love it. He's just a goofy little guy. And he's also fun to cosplay too.
Is it comfortable with the full face covering and everything?
It gets a little stuffy, but it fits around my head pretty well. And the way the hat is, it balances out. So it stays on. It's pretty snug. I have to like tuck my ears in a little bit.
I was gonna say, it looks pretty hot. Hold on, we got some time to get up. The fan Wickles is hoping a fantastic day. Super V says, do you always have a handler?
Usually, yes. I always have a handler of some sort.
Yukita says there's this horsehair mesh that you can sew into the petals to make them flow out. I forget what it's called.
Yes, it's like a horsehair wire. A lot of people use it for Nier Automata for those cosplays and like those skirts to get the skirts to flow, or for like the Sailor Moon skirts to get them to flow out and really have the like loops, I guess. It gives like a little bit of stability at the edge rather than putting it throughout like the whole fabric.
And then she says, "We love you,
cosplay babies. Hi, I love you too."
I still can't pronounce that one. I'm not going to because I'm going to. But we do love them.
Yes, we actually had them on the podcast recently. So y'all go back after this one and look for our first cosplay couple that we ever had because they're awesome. We love them.
We love them, but I'm not going to try to mess them up because I'm going to mispronounce it.
They're adorable and they're both super talented. We follow each other on Instagram.
I'm actually kind of jealous.
Progress.
I have to admit, I'm kind of jealous. I'm like, my husband cosplays Indiana Jones with everything I cosplay ever.
Can we have a matching pair for once? No.
He's
I
like,
want to be
yes,
Indiana Jones.
I'll be Indiana Jones to match you.
Husband
Whatever
actually
you want.
do Star Trek with me. We
Aw.
do Star Trek Pathfinder group, and he was doctor and I was chief of security. And so we both do have Star Trek. So we do have that one. But that's the
That's
only
where
one.
I got Emil's staff from, because I have a 2B and my boyfriend did Emil. So
Mhm.
this is part of his staff, and I have his head somewhere like in the corner in one of the closets. Little moon head. So adorable. A little unsettling, but very adorable.
There's
I
a head
also
in the
like
closet that is a little unsettling.
I had to
Live long and prosper.
can I do it? Is it there we go.
There you go.
There we go. We got it.
You got it. Good job.
I actually had to one of the downsides of being a cosplayer, store your helmets and wigs in a spot where you're not going to see it at night. Because there's nothing scarier than going into the bathroom at like 2 a.m. You turn around and there's just like a headless mannequin, or just like the mannequin with the head on it, and you're just like, ugh.
Oh my
It
goodness.
is the jump scare every single time. I almost gave my
Okay,
dad
for
a heart
reference,
attack years
is
ago.
this what the head looks like for Emil?
You know,
Boy.
okay, we did Purgatory Scream Park one year, and I did Zombie Merida. And so I had to make her wig like out a little bit, because basically the bear went like this to me. So the hair was out, and I had to bring the hair back in because I was Merida for Piney Woods Comic Con. And so I had to bring the curls back.
Tame the wig back.
And so I was putting lots of product on it, trying to tame the curls back down and everything. And I had it on the side of the sink, but I didn't want to lay it on anything because I wanted them down a little bit. And so I had it on the side of the sink. I thought, no, that's going to scare the crap out of me in the middle of the night. So I put it on like the side of the tub, and I thought, I don't know, that still may scare me. And I'm like, well, maybe I'll put it in the bedroom. And I'm like, well, that might scare the dog. And I'm like, well, that might scare Trevor. I'm like, okay, Trevor, this is here. Just know that this is here. And he's like,
don't attack the wig.
I'm like, just know it's here. And I'm like, if it falls on the dog, just know that it's here, because the dog's bed was like right below where it was at. I couldn't leave it in the bathroom, because the mirror, if I saw it in the mirror, it might scare me. And I'm like, no, I'm not no. We got some comments. Fan Wiggles says, all three of you are the best. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jeremy's laughing at all of us like he normally does. Family. And Nikita says she's done that so much. It does not shock me.
Full of jump scares.
I could totally see that happening.
It's,
Oh my goodness.
many years ago, when my mom got me my first mannequin for cosplay, it was like a full like store mannequin, head, face, everything. We named her Vicky. I had her in the very back corner of my parents' workshop in the basement, and my dad went down there to get something, and he turns on the light, he sees Vicky, and I hear him scream, and I was like, what just happened to Dad? Like, I thought that my dad was having a heart attack. We run downstairs. I'm just like, what's going on? Like, what what? He's like throwing his hands up, walking out all angry, and I was like, I'm so sorry.
You know, like I have them normally in like the top of my closet with the closet doors shut, but like up at the top so no one can see them. But when you got to work on them, you got to work on them. Jeremy says he's put the head with the wig in the closet to dry, but you can if you've got product on them. You don't want it on your clothes. Angel, my brother, mother says, hey, I'm not pronouncing it, but we love you. I darn near beat the heck out of it when we bought it, because Carly put it in my room and right in front of the door without telling me. Oh no.
Oh my god. So funny story with male dress form. So I have 2 female dress forms and I have 1 male dress form. in the new house that I just moved. So in the house, we have like a little atrium in the middle, and it's glass, and you could see through to the other side.
Oh no.
I had the male mannequin standing at the other side just because I didn't have room at the time. So I was like, I'll just leave it right here. It's fine. Waking up in the middle of the night, seeing that standing there, and I'm just kind of like
Haunted Hill House going on. Oh,
you've activated my fight or flight reflex, and I am a flightless bird. Like,
Hill House going
Oh
on.
my gosh.
No.
I always ask funny stories
like,
about cosplay
hello?
incidents, but I've never thought about like in between con cosplay stories where you're storing them. Oh my
Listen, it's
gosh.
sunshine and rainbows at the con. It's when you come home and you accidentally get jump scared by your own mannequin. That's like, that's all the behind the scenes stuff that no one tells you about.
Okay, we're running out of time, but I gotta get these going. Yukina says pronounce it so that I can. She said she usually does. The powers are where she is for these guys.
It's okay.
Same comment again.
Is it
I
Isekai?
think it, yeah.
Oh,
Isekai.
Isekai cosplay.
Travis is great for Halloween. Works hard. Says I've come into all the laughter. Now I'm laughing, but I don't know why. Because we're scared with wigs and costumes and everything. Angel says he's done that with his Iron Man suit. Not shocked.
Oh
Jared
my gosh.
says it's Halloween year round, no doubt.
Yeah.
We have left. So, can you tell us one thing that you would advise somebody who wants to get into cosplay?
I would advise to don't be afraid to start out at the skill level that you feel like you would be comfortable at. For anyone that you see that goes into competitions and they say like, oh, this is my first competition, and they come out with some like extravagant like strawberry Miku or like this giant armor set, and you're like, oh, this is their first competition and that's what they pull out. Like, keep in mind, some people have done this well before they've decided to compete, and everybody needs to start somewhere. So don't be upset if you try hemming your pants one time and it doesn't come out the way that you wanted, because we all start somewhere. Like, I started with hemming my pants, trimming sleeves, and now here I am making armor. And it also took me like over a decade to get to this point too. So it's everybody goes at their own pace. Go at whatever pace that you feel comfortable at. And don't look at the big name cosplayers that make money doing what they do and be just kind of like, oh well, I tried sewing a dress and it doesn't look like that. And it's like, no, it's because they have like decades of experience behind what they do and unlimited budget.
Right.
Budget is a part of it. But, don't be afraid to start out. Don't be afraid to mess up a couple times. You're going to sew the sleeve on backwards. It's going to happen.
Every time the first time.
Literally, every time the first time. Like, you will... It's very rare that you'll have a project that goes smooth from start to finish. There's always going to be something that you have to seam rip, so just don't get discouraged when that happens.
Angel says that's great advice. I do want to point out that she will be a judge at Fan Expo Dallas next weekend. So make sure to get there. You can look for more and Renegade Misfit Cosplay. That's RENEGADEMISFIT Cosplay at Instagram.com. And he also says we all start somewhere, which we do. Next week, we're going to have Kimo Kawaii.
Yes.
So make sure to check that out. This weekend, make sure to check out. I will be popping up some shorts here and there. I will be what did I say I was going to be? Rockabilly Merida on Saturday, and I will be Silver Mist on Sunday. I will pop up some pictures so you guys will see me on those days. That way you know what I will look like throughout the day. We're probably going to be there till 1, so you got to catch me early. Blindness to Beast says, I think I'm going to cosplay as Daredevil. That would be a good one.
Yes. Yes, you should definitely do that. Oh my
Do it.
gosh, yes,
Absolutely
yes.
do it.
We are overtime. Thank you, Ren, for coming. Thank you guys, everybody who participated and
Thank you for having
talked.
me.
Because hey, Mombi, take us out. Get your wands to the ready, folks.
All right, so y'all make sure to check out her Instagram with her awesome cosplays and all the updates of what events she's going to be at. And make sure that you follow CJ Peterson on YouTube and TikTok, as well as Mom Rella, and of course Yukita Cosplay, who couldn't be with us today because we're having power problems in Houston. So y'all follow her on Instagram, as well as follow them geeks, which she was commenting on with today from YouTube, which is going to be growing too. So till next time, guys, y'all come back and learn more about Kimo Kawaii, which I'm guessing at. Woo! So get your wands up and mischief managed. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.